Uh, uh, well, guys, one thing we learned from last week, there's always room for improvement. We had a tough week last week. We won 4 against the spread, and we lost our upset pick with the Arizona State Sun Devils. It was a tough game, defensive battle. What we did learn is there's not a lot of good quarterback play in college football right now. A lot of young guys out there, and it affects the game heavily. If anybody saw the Ohio State game, Virginia Tech looked like they were going to be close around the spread, and the quarterback gets hurt and they have no respectable backup. This is something we'll watch out for in the coming weeks. I hope we have a better shot seeing that type of stuff in the coming weeks. We also did learn that UCLA might have a golden arm over there, but don't slurp them too fast. It's only game 1. We do remember Kenny the Thrill Hill at Texas A&M, and they end up going, 6-8 throughout the rest of the season. He didn't even play after week 4. Other football fans know that TB12 is back. The Patriots are going to be a formidable force once again going into Thursday night. For you to know, Uncle Sam is a huge Patriots fan, and that will be reflected in the picks in the coming weeks. So let's get to week 2's college picks. So if anybody's an avid gambler like Uncle Sam, you'll know when you start going through the smaller teams in college football and you really have a problem. But it does affect value picks when you know the whole gamut of teams. I really like a small school out of San Antonio, UTSA. They play Kansas State this week. Last year it was a very, very close game. Kansas State was under the spread, actually. I like UTSA plus 17 at home against Kansas State this week, so that's something to look into. I also like Missouri. Missouri's back, ranked. Gary Pinkel's got his Tigers back in talk. Their offense isn't that great, but Arkansas State is horrible. USC picked them apart last week. So I have Missouri minus 10.5. Should be fine with that. My alma mater, Minnesota, they had a great showing against TCU on Thursday night. I think they ride that performance. Got a pretty good defense over there in Colorado State. Not having the same coach that they had last year going to Florida going to affect their offensive performance, and I think Minnesota covers at 6.5 this week. A game you should really look into, my sleeper pick of the week. Kentucky is going to South Carolina, and they're plus 7. I would take the plus 7, possibly even take the win. I think Kentucky can score points. Defense is all right. South Carolina's offense is horrendous. Their quarterback situation over there is just as bad as some of the other teams in the SEC, and I don't know if Spurrier is going to be able to fix this situation. They barely came out with a win against North Carolina. Bad showing for the first college game of the week. It was a sleeper. They were able to come out with a win, but basically because North Carolina lost the game. I like Kentucky plus 7 in that game. And then finally, I really, really like the Ducks this week. Anytime you can get the Oregon Ducks at a dog, take it. Bet your mortgage on it. Put your rent. Put the baby's lunch money on it, because you're going to make it back. Ducks are plus 3. Some lines are at about $1.55. And the money line, take it, put everything you got on it. I think the Ducks are coming out with that victory. We're going to switch gears to the NFL now. Week 1, like I said, I really, really like the Patriots coming out tomorrow night and really dominating. Tom Brady went through a lot of garbage this last 8 months, and I think he's going to take it out on Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's missing basically the middle of their offense. Le'Veon Bell's not playing, Pouncey's not playing, and they're missing their second wide receiver. I think it's going to take a toll on them, and the Patriots come out, cover the spread at 7. You can buy a point just to be careful, but I like Patriots by a touchdown. Dolphins go down to Washington. Redskins are a mess. They got a lot of turmoil over there. I like Tannehill in that offense, Jarvis Landry, those guys going out there and scoring a bunch of points. I don't know if Washington and Kirk Cousins is going to be able to handle that. I like Dolphins by 4 in that game. Next, we'll go to Texans. If anybody's watching Hard Knocks, Texans don't look that bad. I think they're going to be able to score some points out there. I like DeAndre Hopkins on the outside. The Chiefs, just they're very They're not a team that I would bet my money on, so it's a pick 'em. I like Texans and their defense winning that game. Next, a rivalry game. Everybody's missing some weapons, but Rodgers is going to be able to handle that. I don't know what Chicago has on their side of the ball. John Fox has got a good defense, or he's a good defensive scheme, but I'm not sure he has the personnel to take down Rodgers and the Packers. Take the Packers by 7 to start the season off well. And their upset pick of the weekend for the NFL is the Raiders. Raiders are at home against the Bengals. They're plus 3.5. Take the win. Bengals are a mess. Andy Dalton is the most overrated quarterback in the NFL. And the Raiders have something there. You know, defense is looking pretty good with Khalil Mack. And I really like Cooper on the outside. They got a decent running back. Quarterback situation is getting a lot better there. And I think Jack Del Rio is giving them a different type of toughness to feel like they can actually win games. So I don't think the Raiders are going to make the Super Bowl this year or even make the playoffs. But a home game to start the season, take them over the Bengals. To recap, we have UTSA plus 17 against Kansas State. We've got Missouri minus 10.5 against Arkansas. We got the Golden Gophers minus 6.5 against Colorado State. It's at Colorado State. We've got Kentucky. It's going to be a plus 7 dog against South Carolina in South Carolina. And we got the Ducks at plus 3.5, but take the win against Michigan State. In the NFL, we have the Patriots by 6 points, or you can take a touchdown. The Dolphins taking the 4 points against the Skins. Texans pick 'em against Kansas City. We have the Packers by a touchdown in Chicago, and the Raiders underdog take the win against the Bengals. Like always, you can follow me at Uncle Sam, not Sam's, Mansion. You can follow me there on Twitter for game picks throughout the weekend. I'll also be on pregame.com, and I'll have my picks there. Good luck, and we'll see you next week.